Sorry, Senator, we're going to start here in a second as soon as we get quorum. We have students from Blair High School here. Is Blair and Blake or just Blair? Just Blair. Excellent. That's in my district, Silver Spring. There you go. So if you live in Silver Spring or Tacoma Park, I'm your state senator. Welcome. So this is a little bit unorthodox. We generally have hearings on bills after we have our floor session, which I hope you attend. Excellent. Yeah, we'll recognize you on the floor. But so we have one bill hearing, and then we have a floor at 10 o'clock in 19 minutes. And then we'll come back here for a voting session after floor. So you're welcome to, if your teachers allow it, you're welcome to hang out as long as you want. But Senator West.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Do you know, what do you call an elephant who doesn't matter? Yeah. Irrelevant.
Bad dad joke, bad joke. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Judicial Proceedings Committee. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. We have one bill on the docket. That's Senate Bill 1145 with Senator Salling. Senator Salling, welcome back to the Judicial Proceedings Committee. The floor is yours. Welcome.
Okay, I'm going to thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, and the members of Judiciary. I want to thank you for more than anything else having me the opportunity for this bill. And I want to thank for all those that really supported this bill at the same time. For the record, I'm Senator John A. Salling. I express my gratitude to speak on Senate Bill 1145 as a public and non-public schools as a child sex offender prohibited on in-person attendance. This bill holds a significant implication for safety and well-being of our children in the schools and the Maryland institutes. Senate Bill 1145 seeks to address a gripping and a critical thing in our current system by prohibiting any juvenile convicted of a sex offense that will consist of a felony if committed by an adult for attending a public school. Instead, the bill mandates that such individuals seek alternative means of public education. This means essentially for ensuring the safety and security of our school environment. The urgency of this legislation was underscored during a recent meeting I had with two of the mothers that have toddlers that were sexually assaulted by a student within the Baltimore County and Howard County or Harford County system. One of the mothers is here today, and if she could stand, and I appreciate her coming. The other mother is with a child that is sick, and she could not make it. They cannot testify, as I was stated, but they're also on a gag order, so they couldn't speak, but I'm here to speak for them. Shockingly, despite the sincerity of this situation, the school administration refused to take action to remove the offender until a news story was published in TV. Current law stipulates that violent crimes, including sex offense, is a reported offense, even if a predator is a minor. This means that the superintendent, the principal, and school resource officer, if applicable, must be notified of the student identity and the attendant in a public school. This information can be given to another school if the student decides to transfer. A current law also dictates that a minor who has been arrested for a violent crime may not attend the same school as the victim. Since the victim in this case were toddlers, the teenager and the sex offender was permitted to go on school grounds. Given the gravity of this issue and the imperative to protect our students and our kids, it's urgent and it's a priority that we pass this bill 1145. Demonstrating our unwavering commitment to safety and being of our students. More than anything, we all might have kids, children, grandkids that are attending our schools. We want a safe environment. We want to make sure that our kids are safe attending our public and non-public schools. And more than anything, letting the person that committed this crime, there needs to be accountability. We can provide an alternative for them and a safe measure for them at the same time. So, Mr. Chair and Mr. Vice Chair and Committee, I want to thank you for hearing this, because I'm just one voice that is speaking probably for many moms and many kids and students. And it's important that we pass this. I believe they might be maybe one or two amendments that we can add to this to maybe even make it stronger and making sure that these types of incidents are answered. And Judiciary, you are a strong committee. And I know you have a heavy burden, but this is a heavy burden to moms. So I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, committee.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Senator. Questions from the committee? Senator Sidnor.
Just one question on page 2, line 29. You limited this to public schools or non-public schools that receive state funds. Is there a reason why you put the qualifier for non-public schools on that receive state funds?
I believe that knowing that this thing could happen in a non-public also that get state funds, that I think they should appear, since they get those state funds, that they should have those protection too, and they should be notified.
No, the question is, I would assume
I'm sorry, I
this,
could barely hear you.
this is not applicable to non-public schools that don't receive state funds.
Right,
Why?
because they don't get state funds.
But wouldn't the risk still be the same?
If you believe that's something that's necessary and it's important to you, Mr. Senator,
No, but I'm
happy for an amendment.
But I was asking you,
Yes, sir.
is there a reason why you had it drafted this way?
I believe we drafted this because of the state funds that are given from the state of Maryland, which I think are important, and we answer to them for those state funds. But those others that don't get those state funds, again, if you believe that's important and important to our students, we can put an amendment on that. So that'd be fine.
But it doesn't matter to you?
I'm telling you, it matters to me. Of course it does. Every student counts.
Okay.
There's not a student out there that does not count.
Okay.
And I believe that, safety for all of them is a priority.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator, maybe a question for council, but we'll check on this. I'm not sure we could, as a state, regulate private entities who they can accept or not, unless they receive state funds. That we can follow up on that. Senator, did you have something? Oh, Senator West.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a quick question. Section 7-312B1 in your bill says each local school system shall provide alternative education options for children prohibited from in-person attendance under subsection A. I assume that would include online education,
I believe it should.
so that the student could stay at home with the TV screen or the computer screen and can get his or her education remotely without having to physically be present in school.
I think they've done a great job with Zoom. I think we proved that in legislation and it works. So it's something that's an alternative that I believe that could work.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. And that's just to make sure that the reporting of this also is if it's reported as part of the registry, they supposed to have a 24-hour period to report this. And for this incident, that did not happen. So we want to make sure that is upheld. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Further questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you very much, Senator. Thank you
Thank
for
you
bringing
very
the
much.
bill, and we'll
Thank
get to
you.
work. All right, with that, that'll conclude the hearings for the day. See you on the floor.